The mission of Father John's Animal House is to take in and provide a second chance to otherwise casted out, neglected, or in some cases abused animals that have nowhere else to go and no one else to turn to. In today's video, we're going to hear about Journey, Phoenix, and Fergus, 3 stories that happen right here in Sussex County that should serve as an inspiration for all of us to know the worth and the value of the work that happens each and every day here at Father John's. Lying in a room next to her deceased brother, lonely, scared, and literally starving to death, Journey arrived at a local vet's office where they quickly assessed she needed immediate care if she was going to survive.
She was like 16 pounds and she probably should have been 35 to 40.
She was so weak that she couldn't even hold her weight up. She just laid there on the bed.
It was clear that she had been starved.
I wasn't even looking to adopt yet. My previous apartment didn't allow dogs, so I found out about Father John's and I applied to volunteer there. And one of my first days was one of Journey's first days there as well. And I literally walked in and I just fell in love.
She could barely stand up, and every, couple days she got stronger.
To watch her grow, it was unbelievable.
She was definitely getting the princess priority treatment at Father John's.
She never lost her spirit. She came in here a little skeleton, weak as heck, but you could tell that she knew she was safe as soon as she entered this room.
I was so on the fence for so long, and ever since I got her, Derek and I both are just she's the best thing that ever happened to us.
Lying on the side of the road, alone and in pain, Phoenix was in need of a good Samaritan who found him and thought only to bring him to Father John's, where we could quickly assess he had a critical, severe injury to his face.
When that woman walked through the door, all I could see her holding was a little blanket. I didn't even know there was a kitten inside. She said that she needed help. She'd found this kitten, and at that point I thought that it could honestly be dead based on the way that she looked and the way things were unfolding.
When I first saw Phoenix, I noticed there was some blood on him. He clearly had some kind of trauma. I just didn't know what. So I tried to, open his lower jaw. In doing so, I noticed that his lip was not attached. And luckily, he was a very good cat, and he was a very good patient. So everything was able to heal perfectly, actually.
When I heard his story and saw him, I just he needed that special home with a lot of love and friendship from the other guys. When I first brought Phoenix home, he was very scared. He basically just hid. He didn't come out for quite a while. He's definitely active now. He definitely gets along with the other cats now. I can't imagine what would have happened if the Good Samaritan that picked him up off Route 23 wasn't there. And thankfully, Father John's was able to help and put him back together.
Most cats don't survive getting hit by cars. That alone is a miracle.
Fighting for every inch, living in filth atop numerous deceased animals, Fergus was in need of rescue. When the police arrived and assessed the scene, they knew it was dire.
One of the calls I remember the most was a pickup truck in the Marshall's parking lot. They didn't know the extent to the amount of animals in there, but enough complaints came in that it was investigated. So we just knew we just had to tackle and just one by one just start getting them out.
When we first heard about this case, it was very kind of shocking to all of us. I feel like none of us would really expect something like that to happen just so close to us.
When they first came in, it was heartbreaking. They were just completely shut down. There was no personality in them.
As we watched them progress and get better and just actually turn into real dogs, that felt like we were making a difference.
The choice to adopt an animal has been always a near and dear facet of my personality. It's a chance to somehow give joy, maybe to a creature that's never been shown love before. In Fergus's case, he was extremely shut down, and I just felt like I wanted to give him every chance to have the best life possible.
Every animal is different, just like every person is different. And you have to be able to roll with it, no matter what happens. But don't give up on the animal, because it's not their fault.
He's just done an amazing 360 when it comes to feeling safe and loved. He likes to jump up on the couch and snuggle. I think he's living his happily ever after. I really do.
It is the community coming together and caring about the work that happens at Father John's that enables us to take them from point A to point B. We rescue them, but ultimately it is you who saves them. By donating, by supporting, by volunteering, and ultimately by adopting, it is you who will save a life. And at Father John's, we invest everything we have into these pets to take them from having that experience into ultimately becoming an adopted pet in somebody's home, a family member, somebody who's going to be loved and cared for and nurtured for the duration of their life.